This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning and welcome everyone. Today we'll be looking at the advanced sessions of passé composé, that is past tense. Yesterday we saw what is the general rule of conjugating a sentence in past tense, what is the structure like when we have a person, verb and an object in present tense, how we add another verb, a helping verb, also called as an auxiliary verb, and the format changes from person, verb, and an object to person plus verb 1 plus verb 2 plus object. This is the general format. The person and the object are irrespective, but here the verb is split into two in past tense. Same in English. When I say I had cleaned my house, I is a person, had is a helping verb, cleaned is actually the verb that is conjugated in past tense, and then you have an object. In the similar way, you conjugate in French is you have person, the verb one, which is also called the auxiliary verb, and the verb two is the verb which is actually conjugated. It appears in past participle. So you have to write the past participle of the verb, and then the object remains same. That is how the format is. And here in the example in the slide, we have aujourd'hui is today. Je commence la leçon 2, that is, I start the lesson 2, that is in the present tense. If you see, there is only a verb here, but when I come back and conjugate the same sentence in past tense, it will be hier. Hier is yesterday. J'ai commencé et j'ai fini the lesson 1, that is, I had started and I had finished the lesson 1. So if you see here you have a avoir conjugation, and then you have the past participle of the verb. So the format is you have avoir conjugation and then you have the past participle of the verb. So now the question arises is what are the past participles? So again, as the rule applies, is you follow a rule for all the er ending verbs or ir ending verbs. For er ending verbs, it is you remove the er and you place the e with the accent forward slash, is that remains same throughout. So irrespective of a person, past participle remains same. So it is j'ai a commencé, tu as commencé, il a commencé, elle a commencé, nous avons commencé, vous avez commencé, and ils sont commencé, and elles sont commencé. This is the rule for all the er ending verb, and for all ir ending verb, it is just the I. So you need not remove anything, just remove R. Of course, there are exceptions. We'll look into that. So right now, just you can omit this part. We'll move on to the next slide. Yeah, these are some of the examples we have seen. Is we for our understanding, we have written the part 1 as the helping verb, part B as the past participle. This is just for your understanding. The first verb is the part 1, which you have already seen, that it is always the avoir verb. J'ai a, tu as, il a, elle a, nous avons, vous avez, ils sont, and elles sont. This remains same irrespective of what verb it is coming. So irrespective of any verb, you know, if you know the person, you can directly conjugate the first verb. That is a helping verb. That is actually a avoir verb. Okay, it always remains same. Now only thing is you have to learn about the past participles, which is the key point here in passé composé. So now we'll start with the part B, that is the past participles. As I've already told, it's for all er ending verbs, it is e. It is just the e with an accent, and for all ir ending verbs, just remove r, sorry. And for all re ending verb, you remove re and place a u. Example is prendre, attendre, répondre, and a lot of them. Répondre here is a RE ending verb. Here the past participle is répondu. Répondu means responded. Attendre is to wait, waited. So these are the past participle of the verbs. Okay, I have few questions. Let me just take that. Okay, Amreen, most of the time I can't see your questions. Okay, I will ask questions going forward. Okay, I am saying type here in the comment area. Okay, that's your internal conversation. Okay, so here in the chat box, you have two options. One, if you check in the bottom, when you type, you have an option for everyone that goes into the common chat box. If you're typing and if you want to select, say, I have selected a message called hi, and it is only to Amreen. So only Amreen sees it, no one else sees it. Now I've sent to Sarjina. So that's like a personal one. Only Amreen and I can see the message. So if you have anything personal, you can check, like get into that. If not, you can put everyone so that everyone can receive it. Okay, coming back to the topic, the RE ending verbs. Perdre is to lose, perdu is lost. We have seen this, we have seen the translations yesterday. So let me go ahead and look at the other verb. Let me complete this and this, then we'll come back to the pronominal verbs. Okay, so now the most important thing is, how do we remember the past participles? We have a rule for everyone, that is IR, ER and RE. For ER ending verbs, it is you add a U. Sorry, for ER ending verbs, you add a E. For RE ending verbs, you add a U. For IR ending verbs, you just place an I. But a lot of verbs have exceptions here. So we look at them. So these are, we've just named it for our convenience. We call them the tiny U club. So the verb is pouvoir. It's a very big verb, that is to be able to or to can. I can drink, I can walk, I can, like whenever you use can, here the meaning is pouvoir. The past participle of this verb is pou. Savoir is su, devoir is due with the accent circumflex. Pleuvoir is to rain, it's pleu. Avoir is to have, it's you, like an you, very fast. You. Lire is to read, that is lu. So if I make a sentence out of this, that is, I had read yesterday, j'ai lu. And then when I'll write the last sentence also, because you might get confused as in it is only applicable for j'ai or not. So I'll write the last one, that is, ils sont lu, they have read. When I ask you, have you read? You would say, I have read. So this one is j'ai lu. This is they have read, ils ont lu. Okay. This applies to everyone. So I'll try and give you another one, that is nous avons lu. We have read. Okay. So this list of verbs are there, and you will have a probable question. How do we remember this list? Is the first thing is, you when you do translation over a period of time, you will get to know, and this is like, if you see closely, observe here, the ending is VOIR, 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 VOIR. So all of these are actually part of the one family, that is VOIR. For all, it is you. and here it is RE. Generally for RE you place a U, so BOIU will not make sense, so it is BU. CROIU, it does not make sense, so it is crew. So this you have to remember. So I suggest for past composer you make another sheet, take a fresh paper and only write the verbs and the past participles, because this is really important. First write down the rule, that is for the ER ending verbs, the IR ending verbs and the RE ending verbs. Write 3 of each verb like what is given in the slide. Manger, manger, jouer, finir, réfléchir, choisir, prendre, perdre, attendre, répondre, like this, and then draw a line and start writing the exceptions. So first thing is you write all of these together so that it will be clear. Okay. Now we'll go on to the second one, that is the double syllable U one. So here if you see vouloir, courir, connaître, recevoir, venir, vivre. All of these are kind of very important verbs. When I say I want a cup of tea, you would use vouloir. I run for the college, I run for the bus, I run to catch a train. You say courir. I know what to do is connect. I receive money from my dad, receiver. I come to the college, or I will come to your college. I had come to see you. I had come to uh, I have come to see you, or I have come to visit my parents. It is venir. And I have lived in Paris, I have lived in Hyderabad, I have lived in India, I have lived in US. So for all of this, you would use we've. So these verbs are really important verbs. So always write the verbs, their meaning, and the past participles. And here, if you see, vouloir is volu. Instead of an IR, you can just, the rule says just remove R, but it is volu. Courir, koru, just remove IR and place a U. Connaître is a little exception. AITRE is you remove that and you add a U. Receiver is resume. You just remove all of these, because we have seen this in VOIR also. VOIR, you add just a U. It was there in Tiny U Club. So instead of this, you add a U. So it is resume. Venir is venue. IR ending verb, remove IR and place a U. Vivre is vesue. Okay, and the other verb is the IS ending verbs. Mettre is miss, comprendre is understand. There is a difference between connaître and comprendre. Okay, I know, I understand. I hope you know the difference. Apprendre is to learn. Right now you are learning French, so you would say, I had learned English in my schooling. J'ai appris anglais dans mon école, dans mon lycée, dans mon uh, dans mon dans mon enfance, in my childhood. Prendre is pre. The past participle is pre, taken. Prendre is to take, pre is taken. Apprendre is to learn, appris is learnt. Comprendre, if you see all of this, the verb is the root verb. PNDRE, PNDRE, PNDRE. So all of these are derivative verbs. So if you learn prendre, apprendre, comprendre, all of these will come automatically. You just have to add that APP here, add AP here. COM here, add a COM here. So pre, appris, compris. Mettre is to put, miss is an exception, total exception. It is MIS. Any questions? These are like subject get of past participle. I didn't get your question. Subgroup of past participle. These are like the subgroups of past participle. Yes, it's not subgroup. We are not like there's no subgrouping. We have just grouped it according to our convenience so that it is easy for us to learn. Okay. Now remember, we are only discussing the past participles in the past tense. Now you know how the helping verb helps, and now we are looking at the past participles only. Got it? And in that also we are looking at the list of verbs. Okay? So now we saw first the general rule IR, ER and RE, and then we got to the tiny U club, and then we got the double syllable U club, and then we are moving forward. So these is the list, the combined list of all of the important verbs. So these are roughly 60 to 65 verbs. I don't remember, but these are the list of a very important and high probable verbs in French. Like the first one, I'll repeat it quickly. Aller is to go, apprendre is to learn, asseoir is to assist, entendre is to wait, avoir is to have, battre is to beat, boire is to drink, choisir is to choose, comprendre is to. Yes, Nidhi, you have to remember them. We have already seen most of it. So these are just compiled together in one place. It's very easy. Like I what we can do is we can do little exercises and then it will be easy for you to remember it. We'll do it over the weekend. We have, I think, work for this weekend, but we will look at the verbs again. Past tense is really important. It will take a lot of time. Yeah. So these are the list of verbs. Most of them we have already done it. Dormir is to sleep. Écrire, I think you know it's to write. Entendre here, to be, to do. Plauvoir is to be able to. Finir is to finish. Gire is to manage. Entendre is to restrict. Lire is to read. Mettre is to put. Mourir is to die. Offrir is to offer. Ouvrir is to open. Partir is to leave, and so on. So if you don't get any word, just check online, you'll get the meaning. Okay, is that okay, everyone? So remember, right now we are only looking at the rules. We will get into exercises as well. So at that time, all of these rules will come handy. Yes, Sashina, that's an issue that you are. I know you are struggling with vocabulary. Have you started making the list? Yeah. So, yeah. So can we do Monday? We have this video session. So let's do one thing is next whole week we will only focus on exercises. That exercises will be on past tense, on present tense, on adjectives, on numbers, on vocabulary, and on speaking. Is that good enough? So, so that will be kind of your midterm exams. I will be giving a lot of exercises every day, and you will have to just like come up. It will be kind of a very interactive session. Yes, it won't be an exam. It will be just an online thing, so that everyone. Now we have learned a lot of things. I think we have almost like crossed the A1 level, and now we are into the A2 part of it. So we will have to take a little pause, and the whole week we have to just revise on verbs, on present tense, on past tense and stuff. Okay. So next week we'll do that. We are starting on Monday with the introduction, a video introduction, and then I'll tell you what is to be done on Tuesday, what is to be done on before this Friday, that's day after tomorrow. I will make a program as in what is to be done when, and based on that we will you will have to learn and then come back to the class, and then we'll have like a point based a system where I'll give you answers and you will have to post it, and I'll check it and mark you accordingly so that you get to check your level and you get to practice also. Okay, sounds good. Okay, okay, done. So yeah, let come back to the topic. We have to finish the past tense before that with some exercises, and just remind me at the end. I'll send you the presentation also for this because this is not there with you. Okay, so this is done, and then let's move on to the another one. Yeah, I think we missed out on some slide. Okay. Uh, let's go back to another slide that we missed is this. And so one portion of the Passé Composé is done. Now we are coming on to the second one. Okay. What is this verb? It's an infinitive verb or a regular verb or a verb that is conjugated or and what is the meaning of this verb? Can anyone tell me that? Yeah, it's an infinitive verb. Definitely, it is an infinitive verb. And can anyone tell me the meaning of that? Appeler. Yes, Sashina, you're right. And no, Asha, it is not conjugated. It's an infinitive verb. Sashina, you're right. It's to call. And now, what is this? Is it an infinitive verb, or it's a conjugated verb, or it's a verb with a Amreen says conjugated. I'll wait for two more answers. Yeah, it is call yourself, but first, is it conjugated or it is the infinitive verb? Yeah, that means calling oneself something. Yes, you're correct. Now I need, is it a conjugated or an infinitive verb? Amrin says conjugated. Nidhi says infinitive. Amrin says yes, it's a reflexive verb. Hold on. Yeah, that's a reflexive verb and it's an infinitive verb. If it is conjugated, it would have been germapel, tutapel, and so on, but it's an infinitive verb. Okay, and it's also called a reflexive verb or a pronominal verb. Yes. Okay. So remember for all of the reflexive verb and this 14 verbs. When you conjugate a sentence in past tense, what conjugation is this? Can anyone tell me this? What conjugation is this? Which verb is this? No, Amreen, it's not our Sajina. No, it's not. It's an être verb. It's already written on the top. Le passé composé avec être. That means it is the past tense with être verb. Till now, I was telling you that we are conjugating the sentence in past tense. And past tense, the first verb is a our verb. The verb one is a our verb. But for these 14 verbs and pronominal verbs, or reflexive verbs, sorry for the spelling, reflexive verbs, we conjugate it with eth and not avoir. Okay, so remember, all of the verbs are conjugated with être. Only verbs which are reflexive and these 14 verbs are conjugated with être. Okay, getting it? Is it clear? What I said is clear. I'll repeat it again if you want. Okay. Yes, Amreen, thank you that you, yes, you have been upfront and telling. Remember, all of the verbs that are conjugated in past tense. The reason I'm telling it very slowly is because you need to understand word by word. So again, I'll start. It's remember, when we conjugate a sentence in past tense, we use or we take a help of an auxiliary verb. An auxiliary verb is also called a helping verb. Now the helping verb is avoir for most of the verbs. When I say most, it is not all. So 98% of the verbs you use avoir, but only for this 14 verbs and reflexive verbs. What are reflexive verbs? Verbs which start with sir, like what we saw just now. Appeler is to call, sir appeler is to call oneself. So the verb is a reflexive verb. For those reflexive verb and this 14 verbs, you just have to conjugate with it. Is it clear, Amreen? Yeah, thank you. So yeah, thank you. So now you will have to remember this. Yes, yes, we'll take an example. So we will have to remember this 14 verbs. Yes, it is Asha, it is only 14, but I know if you have read another book, some books say 16, some books say 17. I will tell you reason also. If you say Montrere, this is Entrere, and if you add r to it, it becomes rentre. So that is again a derivative of this verb. So in that way, someone says 14, someone says 15, someone says 16. So don't get confused. All of these verbs and the derivative of these verbs are under the eth verb. Okay. I'm trying to clear her confusion because Asha, I think she's already learned before, so she knows a little bit. And if my statement is little contrary, she will quickly jump guns on me. So that's why I'm making it clear that in some books they say 16, some books they say 17, but generally the base verbs are 14. Okay, so I will try to give you the ways to remember it because this is really important. How do you remember that? So the first verb here is aller, to go. Okay, and what would be the opposite of this in English? To go is aller. Yes, Amreen, correct. So venir, you see here, is to come. So now we have completed two verbs. Aller is to go, venir is to come. Arrive is to arrive. What will be the opposite of that? To depart or to leave, yes. So partir is that verb. Descendre is to get down. What will be the opposite of that? To climb up. Montrer is to climb. Entrer is to enter. I enter the house, I enter the building, I enter the room. What will be the opposite of that? Exit. Perfect. Sortir is to exit. Murir is to die. What will be the opposite of that? Murir is to die. Sorry. To live. Netr is to live. Passe is to pass, move. Reste is to rest. Tombe is to fall. Retourne is to return. So these are the other verbs which are there. So if you saw, four of them were actually, five of them were there, and their opposites are also there. And if you have closely looked at it, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? I'll repeat it again in English. Try to find out the similarities. Everyone, this is a very thoughtful question. So you put in your thoughts on it. I'm repeating the meaning of this and try to understand the similarity between each of this word. Aller is to go, arrive is to come, descendre is to get down, monter is to climb, entrer is to enter, sortir is to exit, venir is to come, partir is to leave, sortir, morir is to be born, naître is to die, passer is to pass, rester is to rest. So did you find any similarities? Anyone? Yes, perfect answer. I was actually looking for this. All of these verbs are action verbs. Action or verbs which are into motion. Motion, like you're not fixed in one place. You're moving. Okay? Yes. So I will take you to one of the slides that will help you. Uh, that's there. There. Okay, okay. Hold on. I think I had missed a slide here, which I shouldn't have, but uh, no. Okay, hold on, please. Just a second, stay with me. Okay, I did miss that slide, and I think now looking at this picture, you would have a clear understanding of the verbs. So we'll start from the beginning. On the left hand side, do you see Naitr? N-A-I-T-R-E, right? Do you see on the left hand side? Naitr? Yes. So the verb is to be born. So yes. So you're born, you go, aller is to go or you leave. That means it's kind of a story. Is you're born, you run to the school, you go to the college, you leave the college, you climb the career, you climb into a building, you climb in your life, you get married, you arrive uh, to you arrive at a position and then you enter a building or you enter a office, you enter in a relationship, you re-enter a relationship, sometimes you exit and then you re-enter a relationship, and then you at times you have to exit a relationship, that is a sortie, and then when you discern is when you get down, at times you fall, and if you fall hard you die, and if you die you rest in peace or you come back, right? That's like the whole story of the ethra verb. So I think now you, with the story, you would remember all of these verbs. That is to be born, to go or to leave, to climb, to arrive, to enter, to re-enter, to exit, to disown. That is to get down, you fall, you die, you rest in peace, or you come back. Venir. Yes or no? Without this image, I think it would be very difficult for you to remember. So I had to quickly pull that image from another slide. Yes, thank you. And here, yes, yes. And last me you see here, plus is plus. Toutes les verb pronominaux, that is all the other pronominal verbs. All of these are conjugated with h. And remember, this is only past tense. Okay? Yeah, thank you. So there is another way of remembering it. I've given you multiple ways. So whichever you want, you pick it. Remember this spelling. What does that say? It's Dr. and Mrs. Von der Trump. Dr. and Mrs. Von der Trump. It's not Trump, Trump. It is Tramp. So doctor stands for devenir, revenir. So if you now look at the number of words here, devenir, revenir, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So now you'll say, sir, just now you told me 14 verbs, now it is 16 verbs. Why? Because when you see here, it is venir. This verb venir is to come. Devenir is a derivative, that is to become. A revenir is to return. So two verbs have been added, right? And now doctor is devenir and revenir. Mrs. is monter, rester, sortir, and Wander Trump is venir, aller, naître, descendre, rentrer, entrer, tomber, retourner, arriver, mourir, and partir. Okay? For all of these verbs, the conjugation is based on the eth verb and not avoir. Okay, so now you have two different ways of remembering it. The first verb, first type is all of them are in motion, and the second one is Dr. and Mrs. Von der Trump, or remember this image. Okay, so here now you have learned about the 14 verbs. We have spent enough time. We have seen all of the verbs twice or thrice. We have looked at the picture. We have seen they are in motion. And now we come back to this slide again, looking at the conjugation. Je suis arrivé is I had arrived. But if you do a little literal translation, it is I am arrived. Okay. So never do a literal translation. You will go wrong. So it is I am arrived. You have arrived. Tu es arrivé. Il est arrivé. Elle est arrivée. Nous sommes arrivés. Vous êtes arrivés. Ils sont arrivés and elles sont arrivées. Now, can you quickly point out a mistake here? There's a purposely there's a mistake done here. Can you identify the mistake? Yeah, else. What is the mistake there? Yes. Yeah. Double E, E, E. Where is it, E, E? Aisha? Okay, double E. Okay. Is that the only place? ELLES, I made a mistake here, you mean? Is it only for this sentence or there's another mistake? QA? No, there's no mistake here. Yeah, here also? Yes. Any other place? Any other place I made a mistake? Okay, I think you identified it, but let me tell you now. So, yes, no and woo, yes, perfect. Yes, you have identified it. So, uh, just now after the class, Nidhi would call me and say, "Sir, there is issue, Rahul, that you said the past participles remain same, but here in this slide, I see there is a double E here, there is an S here, there is a S here, there is a S here, and there is a E and a S here, and that's kind of confusing, and you're not teaching well and stuff like that. I know you won't, but here if you see the E is same, the I is same. The past participle is not changing, but when I come to the slide, I've changed the past participle. So yes, so Asha, Nidhi will call Aisha, Aisha will call Amreen, and then they all get confused. As in, why there is a contracting statement. So here, remember, only for the verb at, that is only these 14 verbs and pronominal verbs, the past participle, that is this, has to agree with the number and gender. So if it is a feminine singular, you add extra E. If it is a plural, you add extra S. And if it is a feminine and a plural, you add extra E and S to the past participle. Is it clear? Until I told you there is a mistake there. Until I told you there is a mistake there, no one looked at it carefully. But when I said there is a mistake, you kind of looked at it very carefully, and then you found out that there is extra E here, and there is an extra E and S here, and there is a S all over here. That is because when you're conjugating with être, you have to add extra E and S. That means it should agree with the number and gender. Okay? Yeah. Let's move ahead. I think we'll come back from the starting so that I don't miss on any slides. This part is done. This part is done. This part is done. This one is also done. This one is also done. We have looked at the être verb also. Then we saw Dr. and Mrs. Wondertrum. Then we saw this image. Then we looked at the tiny U club, this one, and this picture actually summarizes the whole passé composite. So if you closely look at this picture, it says the step one is the helping verb. Okay, as in I told you, the step one is a helping verb. There are two verbs in that. There is être or avoir. And if you remember my words, I said please remember these two conjugation by heart. That is avoir verb and être verb, because these will come in past tense when you conjugate a sentence. Yeah. So here it is written avoir verb, and then you see most of the verbs. When I say most, it is not all. Our verb ka you have the conjugation here, and then for 17 verbs it is eth. To remember that, you have to remember doctor, Mrs. won the trump. Here they have added an extra P and made it 17. That is passe, is to pass. Okay. And the second rule is the past participles. For ER it is E, for IR it is I, for RE it is U. We have seen this also. But there are certain exceptions. So they have listed most common exceptions. They have not listed all the exceptions, but most common. Okay. And here irregular verbs are divenir, venir, divenir, revenir. Muruir is mort, netre is ne. So these are the three ones which are there. And the third agreement verb is the step is for etre only it is yes, for avoir it is no. That means for avoir conjugation you don't apply this rule. For etre verb only you apply. That's why it has been marked in bold and yellow color. So add agreement to the end of the past participle so it agrees in gender and number with the subject. That's why he has written it here. For masculine and a singular you do nothing. For a masculine and a plural you add an extra S, and for feminine singular you add extra E, and for feminine plural you add the E and S. Is that clear, everyone? Like with this we had kind of finished the Pache Compose, the rules part of it.
Rahul, this plural form you said add S, it is for which one? Can you repeat again? Masculine.
Yeah, so when you're conjugating any sentence using etre verb in past tense, I'll repeat it again. When you're conjugating a sentence in Pache Compose with etre verb as a helping verb, you have to make sure that the past participle has to agree with the number and gender. So in case when I say I had left is or I have arrived, I will not add an extra E. But when you say she has arrived, you add an extra E because that she is a feminine. But when we say we have arrived, we have an extra S because that we are we. And when you say they have arrived, it is E and a S. That means there are a group of female and in plural form. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Amreen, no questions. Sarjina, do you have any questions? Nidhi? Nidhi, I have a question for you. Uh, during the initial days, you were asking a lot of questions, and now I see the level has like the graph is going down. Is it because I'm teaching a little better, or is it you have stopped asking questions? They could be only two possibilities.
No, it's no. The thing is, we have got so many things to remember. So at times, I forget few of the things, and then I'll have to recollect it. So that is the only
Good.
problem I'm facing.
Okay. No problem. Yeah. Thank you everyone for letting me know that you have understood, and then we'll move on to the next one. That is okay. This was there. Yep, it's done. Okay, we saw the pronominal verbs that we conjugated with eth. Now we look at how it is conjugated. So I know this will be a little messy. So before that, let me again start with this. You saw that in present tense, you have a person, a verb, and an object. Does everyone agree to this? Person, verb, and an object. Yes, you agree. Now, when you conjugate a sentence in a past tense, you have the verb 1, the verb 2, and an object. If you have any doubt, let me know. If you agree, no need to reply. If you have a doubt, just raise your hand. Do you agree with this? The first one, P plus V plus O, is the general format for present tense. For past tense, it is VP plus V1 plus V2 plus object. That is the person, the verb 1, the verb 2, and the object. Right? Okay? Yes, thank you. So now, when you have a pronominal verb, you also have now the pronoun part of it, like the mer, the, sir, nu, woo. Okay, we will not call it a pronoun, you will get confused. The reflexive part that reflects on the person. The reflexive part. So now it is person, the reflexive part, the verb 1, the verb 2, and then you have the object. So this becomes the format now. Okay. So let us take an example. I say je appelle. This is, I have purposely written JE and appel, but this is wrong. It is J apostrophe. Just for your understanding, I've written it like that. Don't take it like a serious one. This is je appelle, that is I call. It's a perfectly present tense with the verb is appelle, and it is a person and a verb. When I have a pronominal verb, I would write je m'appelle, that is I call myself, right? Tell me if it is wrong. But remember, in both the cases, the first one and the second one, it is J apostrophe and M apostrophe. This is just for your understanding. I'm writing the whole word. Okay, don't get confused, right? So je appelle is I call, je m'appelle is I call myself. Okay, and now when you conjugate the sentence in a passé composé, for the first one, it will be j'ai appelé, that is I had called. It's a perfectly normal word because it is a er ending verb and it is not part of those 14 verbs. So we conjugate that with our. That means I had called. Any issues? Anyone? Yes or no? No issues. Okay. So now you know what is a regular verb. We have conjugated with our. That is j'ai and appelé. Here the E has an accent that I didn't write because I cannot type that. Okay. And now for the same one, if you conjugate it with a pronominal verb, you would use je plus me plus, since it's a pronominal verb, you would write suis and then appel. With the accent again here also, because the verb is now split into two, me and appel. Yes or no? So now the sentence has become je me suis appel, that is I had called myself. Yes. So the sentence is je appelle is, it's a regular verb. That's why we have conjugated that with avoir. Je appelle is I had called. It's a normal verb because there is no sir attached to it. It's a normal verb. That's why we have used avoir and we conjugated that with AI. But if the verb is a reflexive verb, The sentence is Je m'appelais. It's a present tense. Je m'appelais. I called myself. Je m'appelle. Okay? And if you write the past tense of it, what will it be? I had called myself. I called myself. And then the past will be I had called myself. Now, if you see, what you have done is you have added that had, H-A-D, and then call became called in English. Similar way, but in French you conjugate that with suis, être verb. Je suis, and then appeler, and myself is me. But the me comes before the verb, that is je me suis appelé. Are you getting this? Can you look at my last 5 sentences? That says je appelle is I had called. It is a regular verb, that's why we conjugated that with avoir. But since the je m'appelle here, the third one, is a reflexive verb, which means I had called in English. The past tense in English would be I had called myself. Instead of had here, we are using suis. So it is je suis appelé me. That is me here is myself in French. But the pronoun comes before the verb. So the verb here is V1 is suis, V2 is appel. Both are verbs. So it should come before them. So that's why it is je me suis appel. Okay? Is it clear, everyone? This is really important. Yes. Oh, yes. Very good. So now if you see here, the laver is to clean the sentence. Je me suis lavé is je is I. Suis lavé is I had cleaned myself. And the second one is tu the a lavé, that is you had cleaned yourself. This is te here. And es is the conjugation of a être verb. Il se and it is est, so it is il se lave and elle se lave. She cleaned herself. We have an extra e here. And then we have nous sommes lavé. Here you have 2 times nous. Nous sommes. Here it is vous êtes. And then here it is ils se sont lavés, elles se sont lavées. The first one says I clean myself, you clean yourself, he cleans herself, she cleans herself, we clean ourselves, you clean yourself, they clean themselves, they clean L is again also they clean themselves. Okay. Yes or no? Is it clear? We look at exercises, but did you understand the rule? Similar to essay. Not sure practically, yes. Reflexive form. Yeah, reflexive form is same, but here you have another verb here. Okay, so we will look at some exercises so that will be clear for you.
Rahul, just one doubt, okay? Let me tell what I understood. It's like
Yeah.
wherever we use etre verb, we have to look for etre verb. We have to look for gender and number, right?
No.
You
See, if your first thing is you have when you are conjugating any sentence in negative, in passive composite, first thing you have to check is the eth verb. If it is from the list of 14 verbs or not. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. And if it is from the list of 14 verbs, you conjugate it accordingly. And now you have to now check if it is a female singular or a female plural. And based on that, you add that extra ENS.
If the verb is not from that 14 list, from that list of 14 verbs, like appel, and we are using a reflexive verb, in that case we don't have to look for gender and number, right?
No, you have to, because it's a reflexive verb.
Okay.
The rule is you conjugate that 14 verbs plus any reflexive verb for that matter.
No, I'm asking for the gender and number part.
Yeah. See, first thing is for your understanding, let's take a example. Appeler is to call. Okay, it's a regular verb, right? It's a normal er ending verb. So we'll conjugate that with our, because the general rule is if it is not from that list of 14 verbs and it is not reflexive, you conjugate with our, right? Yes or no?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's first thing. And when you see there is a reflexive verb, how do you identify reflexive verb? If it is starting with SE. So here the example would be Sir Appeler. Now once you see a reflexive verb, you are sure that it is conjugated with eth and not our. And if you are conjugating it with eth, first thing is you have to add je suis, tu es, il est, elle est, nous sommes, and so on. That is done. Now you come to the part B, that is past participle. In reflexive verb, it could be anything. It could be a er ending verb, it could be an ir ending verb, it could be an re ending verb. So based on that, you add the endings, and now this time you have to make sure another thing, that if it is agreeing with the number and gender. Like if it is a female, if I say Sita calls herself princess, so now you know Sita calls herself is a pronominal verb. Here when you say calls, there you have to write a double E, because she is a female and she is singular. Okay, did it make a little sense? Yeah, we'll do exercises, Sajina, don't worry about that. We'll do some exercises, and that time it will be clear. There are lots of rules, there are lots of grammar, there are lots of confusion here and there. Okay, so yeah, so this is an example. And the time is up, so we'll look at the examples tomorrow. Yeah, there are lots of examples. If you see, all of these are part of the examples. Okay, any confusions, any doubts, they will be clear as in like when we do the grammar part. Today's part, did you understand it well, that you know you looked at the grammar and you looked at all of these things?